Coming up on Inside BC Athletics, the women's teams excelling in sports and paying it forward. We'll examine the field of women's sports medicine and check in on the lacrosse team as they gear up for another run at a national championship.
Have you all played volleyball before? No? Do you want to start today? Yeah, you do. Woo! This is National Women's and Girls in Sports Day, and every women's team here at BC has a little station, and they play their sport, they rotate, they have a good time, we do autographs, and it's a really great event.
Skate up a little further from her. Keep going, keep going. It's so fun. I love doing these kind of events and just kind of helping out in the community where I can. And then doing it with the team is so fun. For the hat trick! Yeah!
This annual event at Conti Forum is sponsored by City of Boston Credit Union.
We'd like to find our niches of need within the communities that we serve, and after some talks with the groups here, we determined it made sense for us to step in and help out.
I think an event like this is important because it shows these girls what's possible through their hard work, just gives them something to look forward to and to aspire to become one day.
There you go. Just gives a chance for the girls and the families to understand the variety of different sports that they can participate in. Tight turn around, Schaefer Ross, tight turn.
It's not only sports though, just finding something that you care about and that you love. And sometimes for people it's the arts, sometimes it's music, that sort of thing, theater, and sometimes it's sports. You gain that confidence by playing sports and by being out with your friends and finding your niche.
Supporting us on and off the field means so much to us, and developing those relationships off the field is so important.
I think it's such a great day. In unison with the women's basketball game, they get to see that and try out different sports. That's how I found field hockey, just trying something different.
Especially young girls who a lot of times there's stereotypes that surround them. There's maybe pressures on them to be a certain way or fill a certain mold. And sports kind of just shatters all those things and allows them to be who they are.
Andrea Reynolds, one of our best midfielders that this program has ever had, is doing some stick tricks with the girls, so it's been a great day.
Okay, when we pass, we want the ball to go right here on our little forearms, all right? Oh boy. Woo! They had some heat on those balls, they're strong, they're capable, they're ready to go.
I get weak in the knees when I see someone who accomplished something they set out to accomplish. I love the journey of that. I love watching people pursue scary things and sometimes achieving them anyway. I just think it's a magical piece of life.
It's just really nice to just give back to all the young girls because it means a lot to have a mentor and to see people in this position that you want to be in, and it's about them getting acclimated to the sports environment and getting the big picture that this can be them on the big stage one day.
Coming up on Inside BC Athletics, two Eagle trailblazing coaches get Hall of Fame inductions, and we'll meet one current student athlete breaking barriers. City of Boston Credit Union proudly sponsors Boston College women's athletics. Today's teammates, tomorrow's leaders. At Boston College, the success of women's athletics can be traced to some of the best coaches in the country. Recently, two of those coaches were presented with the highest honor in their respective sport. In January, Coach Kelly Doughton was selected to the Field Hockey Hall of Fame. She will be inducted this summer.
Shocked, surprised. I had absolutely no idea that it was coming. I think when you go and play a sport that you love, being in a Hall of Fame is a great honor, but that's not why you play. But my time on the USA national team was some of my favorite memories of my life, and I'm looking forward to the ceremony in May out in LA.
As a player, Doughton was a force at Wake Forest, leading her team to back-to-back NCAA championships. She then went on to play several years for Team USA, but she learned the sport growing up in Greenfield, Massachusetts.
I grew up playing ice hockey. So my older brother, I started skating when I was about 4 years old. I just wanted to be wherever he was going. So I grew up playing ice hockey, and then all my friends were playing field hockey, 7th grade. And I'm a lefty in ice hockey, so they handed me a stick and I said, no, I need the left side. And they're like, no, this is a righty sport. I still love ice hockey, but field hockey has given me so much in life.
You can see through her coaching why she has been chosen for such a great honor. She exemplifies what it means to be a strong woman, to be a leader, to be a teammate, and she just makes everyone around her better.
I don't think that there is anyone really that kind of deserves it more. I think her accolades speak for themselves. She is always someone that kind of shines the light on others and gives them the recognition and credit for things that they do. And so for her to get this recognition and kind of have the light shining on her for a little bit, I think is really special.
And on the ice, BC women's ice hockey is celebrating the recent enshrinement of head coach Katie Crowley to the U.S. Hockey Hall of Fame.
It was a very surreal moment for me. You know, this is obviously a team sport, and to get an individual honor like that was truly, truly special for me. My players from BC were there, my teammates were there from 98 and 02 and 06, and it was just an amazing event.
After playing her college hockey at Brown, Crowley won gold with a historic 1998 U.S. women's hockey team, a team often credited with the boom of girls hockey.
It's grown exponentially, and we could see it after the Olympics in '98. You know, you saw a huge growth spurt, then you could see it after 2002, and again after 2006, and at that point it was very much after every Olympics.
After her amazing U.S. hockey career, Crowley joined the Eagles staff, eventually taking over head coaching duties in 2007.
I really liked being able to help college-age kids to fulfill their dreams, whether that was, you know, playing in college or whether that was playing after college, and trying to develop them as people off the ice and as hockey players on the ice.
She cares so much about her players, which is one reason why she's so successful, I think, is because we can trust her.
I'm so proud of the sport and of the growth of the sport, and it's really been truly special to be on the sideline and witness what women's hockey has become.
Here comes Lindsay Bachna, shorthanded, stopped by Campbell.
Eagles goaltender Grace Campbell has done her part to help grow women's hockey. Before coming to BC, she played a year at the USPHL, becoming the first female to ever win a game in the all-male league.
It feels like you're playing pro hockey. Like, I woke up every morning, went to the rink. That's about it. It was awesome.
She played boys juniors right before she came here, really to get herself prepared for college, and I thought she did a phenomenal job in her freshman year of getting herself even more ready, and now, you know, when she had the opportunity to take over that starting role, she's really done a great job for us.
Having her back there, it's just like consistent. We know what we're gonna get, and we can rely on her for massive saves. And she's just honestly a funny person. She's always chirping in practice.
Campbell is from Maryland, where girls hockey began much later than in the Northeast.
Haley Skrupa is a bit older than me, but when I was younger, there weren't really any females in my area that played hockey besides her. And I think just having someone to look up to that is living out your dream is super cool, because if you can see it, you can believe it.
Stay with us. When we return, we'll look at the Mass General Brigham Women's Sports Medicine Program and its impact on female athletes. City of Boston Credit Union proudly sponsors Boston College women's athletics. Today's teammates, tomorrow's leaders. Pink bucket hats were the fashion accessory of the day as the BC women's basketball team hosted their annual Pink Game, raising money for breast cancer awareness and the K. Yao Cancer Fund.
This game means a little bit more to everybody on both sides, and how you show what it means is just playing with your heart. For all those people that don't get to play, for all those people that are fighting right now, let's fight in the game of basketball. Do our job. All right, let's go out there. Everybody has been touched in one way or another from not only breast cancer, but cancer in general, and I think that just gives us an opportunity to bring that to awareness, give some recognition, and also just honor people that we know have either been struggling through the fight, are currently fighting, or have lost the battle.
I play for Aunt Dawn. I play for my granny.
I play for my mom. Less than a year ago, cancer actually took my mom from me. So that game meant the world for me and my teammates and everybody. I know cancer affected them as well. So that game was really big for us, especially to have a lot of support that we did.
My first basketball coach, he had cancer and he passed away from cancer, and also one of my aunts passed away from cancer, so I play the Pink Game for them.
I play for Barbara.
I play for the little girls that aspire to be on the big stage.
I play for Claire Drosch.
The game has added meaning for the team as they also honor former Eagle Claire Droche, who lost her battle with cancer in 2018.
Today we are sending a message to young women and folks everywhere that she was a fighter and we are fighters just like she was.
We're just really fortunate that her parents, Patty and George, have given their time to not only tell us more about their daughter, Claire, but also allow us to celebrate her. I thought it was great. Her cousin Kristen talked to our team before the game and really just shared some inspirational words with us.
She really instilled in me and to her players and anyone coaching. It was very inspiring and empowering. You know, we really felt it in our hearts.
Also celebrated at the game was the Krantz family. Recently, Boston College alums Jason and Keely Krantz made a substantial gift to the Mass General Cancer Center. It was the largest donation in the center's history and will help fund their research division.
You know, everybody wants to find a cure, and without money to put into the development of research and to put into the innovations that go along with it, nothing can really be done. So I think it's great that there's people like the Krantz family that will donate to help us find a cure for cancer.
The Cancer Center is just one example of where Mass General Brigham is leading the way in the future of healthcare. The recently formed Women's Sports Medicine program is also providing new ideas and advances in preventing injuries to all female athletes.
The Women's Sports Medicine program at Mass General Brigham is really designed to meet the needs of the female athlete. And we know that this is a really evolving population in terms of not just the number of female athletes that we're seeing, but the types of sports that they're playing. We also know that women are more likely to have what we call multidisciplinary needs. So it's not just about the injury that they have, but maybe it might be tied to nutritional needs or hormonal differences.
We are still learning about how those changes alter the way a female might suffer certain injury patterns and how they may need to train a little bit differently than male counterparts.
We provide comprehensive care to our female athletes that includes orthopedic surgeons, primary care sports medicine, physical medicine and rehabilitation, endocrine, nutrition, physical therapy, sports psychology, so we can really take care of the entire athlete.
In addition, we do a lot of research in terms of advancing what we know because it is an evolving field. And I think most importantly, we also do a lot of education and outreach.
At a Division I school like Boston College, they already have a highly trained medical staff to meet the needs of the college athlete.
There's usually a primary care sports medicine physician and an orthopedic physician at home games, and then on the road as needed too. We'll see them after the game in the locker room to address any type of need. So it doesn't have to be an orthopedic need. It could have been, their mental health or some skin issue, something along those lines.
They also provide yearly physicals to all student athletes, but there is still much to learn about prevention, training, and injuries to female athletes. In 2022, basketball player Tiana Todd broke her hand at practice.
Was playing, trying to get a rebound, and broke my hand. Nothing you really expect to happen. The day I got hurt is the day I had went in to go see doctors, and within 3 days I was in surgery. They repaired the bone in my hand and they put 3 screws in it, so I got 3 screws in there forever. It took a while to get back to learn to dribble again, learn to shoot, learn to pass, learn to catch. It was hard.
Tiana returned at the end of the 2023 season and this year successfully played in all 33 games for the Eagles. Ali Van Timmeren was not as fortunate.
Oh, but that's not good. Ali Van Timmeren still down on the floor.
First possession on defense, 10 seconds into the game. One girl kind of shifted, and I shifted on defense, no contact, just kind of my knee collapsed, fell out of place, and it just, I gave out. I thought my knee was out of place. I didn't realize what a torn ACL felt like, but they took me back behind the bench and they were did the test or whatever. And I was at that point my adrenaline was going so high. I was like, how do I just walk it off? I can walk it off. And it ended up being an ACL, MCL, PCL, meniscus.
Knee injuries are by far the most common for female athletes.
Women are about 4 to 8 times more likely to tear their ACL than a male athlete. There's a lot of different reasons why we think this happens, but the main modifiable risk factor has to do with what we call neuromuscular control. So that's basically how women land, or they cut or pivot, and has to do with their muscle balance during those activities.
We've done a lot of research looking at ACL injuries in our female athletes. Some of that research is looking at biomechanical aspects of how we can prevent these injuries.
The goal of preventative training actually is to address those deficits by working on strengthening the hamstring, working on strengthening the core, as well as working on the coordination of those muscles when you're landing so that those muscles can protect the ligaments in the knee. And it's been shown over and over that if you do these exercises consistently, you can reduce the rate of non-contact ACL injuries by about 75%.
Allie is still rehabbing, having missed this season.
I lift like 4 times a week. I'm running 4 times a week. And then I'm working with Hannah on jumping like 5 times a week. And so it's just a lot of rehab. I'm in there for like 3 to 4 hours a day.
Collegiate athletic trainers are fairly well-versed, not all colleges, but a college like Boston College that has highly skilled, talented athletic training staff that are academic in the way they approach things, they know the science. But at the high school level, that's really where we can make a difference.
And to make that difference, the Women's Sports Medicine program is focusing on the whole athlete.
One of the other common areas that our female athletes are at higher risk is when we talk about RED-S, which is relative energy deficiency in sport. So often our female athletes don't get enough nutrition to support the amount of activity they're doing.
Relative energy deficiency used to be called female athlete triad. The biggest symptom that happens with female athletes is the lack of or absence of a period. But overall, the picture is that if you're not consuming enough energy for how much you're burning, your overall equation is off balance.
It's really important that we recognize this in our younger athletes because we can really only build our bone bank until about the age of 25. And if our athletes aren't building their bone bank properly, they're going to be at higher risk of osteoporosis later in life.
Nutrition has long been a focus for male athletes, but now female athletes are recognizing its importance.
In athletes, it's not always about just restricting food. It's usually motivated by performance, and a lot of them don't actually know that they're not having enough food intake.
So women have much more disordered eating and have issues with body image that may also change based on a monthly cycle and based on hormones. And so the dietary needs of the female athlete at a given week or a given day might be different than a male athlete in the very same sport.
We want to take care of our female athletes from youth to high school to collegiate to professional to our master's athletes and provide them all their needs.
We do have outreach programs where we go to the schools, we hold workshops, we kind of talk about injuries and prevention. In terms of the other sort of facets of the program, in terms of sports psychology or sports nutrition, you can actually just find us online and then call to make an appointment directly without a referral in most cases.
We're educating an athlete on all of their options, and we're trying to present them with the best science and trying to present them with all of the scenarios so that they can make a good decision. And we're part of that decision.
Still to come on Inside BC Athletics, the Eagle Lacrosse team is once again poised for a run at a national championship. City of Boston Credit Union proudly sponsors Boston College women's athletics. Today's teammates, tomorrow's leaders. It's springtime at Boston College, and for BC Lacrosse, that means another run at a national championship.
Here's Andrea Reynolds and Molly Driscoll. Beat inside, great look, and an even better finish, Emma Lopinto.
Our program has come a long way, and I attribute it to the kind of girls that want to come play lacrosse here.
So now Reynolds cuts across, dishes it back down low for Smith. Smith shoots and scores!
They want to achieve at the highest level.
Weeks finds an opening, scores!
But I think the thing that really separates a lot of the girls that we've had here is their unselfishness and their desire to want to be a really good teammate.
You would think that there would be a lot of pressure to get to the Final Four for the 7th straight year, but the team looks forward to the challenge.
There's a quick shot, Dolce! Big save!
I think a lot of us thrive on that expectation and that pressure.
Down low for Davis. She'll spin away. Gives it back out to Clark. Quick one-time pass for Smith, and she scores!
I love pressure. I'm very much like bring it on.
Cassidy Weeks winds up, fires, and scores!
I think pressure is a reward. You wouldn't have pressure unless you got yourself in a position to be that way.
Great pass, Kayla Martello the finish.
I just have this energy that like I can do whatever I want and nothing's gonna stop me.
Dolce, another save. Shea Dolce. Davis cuts back to the middle, flips it right in front, behind the back shot goes.
These were the expectations that we wanted to have on ourselves. We wanted to have, you know, the pressure of winning, the privilege.
Outside shot, Shea Baker.
They can handle it.
Martello needs to make something happen, finds Clark, who beats the timer.
You know, this program was built off culture. This team has the best culture I've been a part of ever.
Here is Driscoll moving in. Driscoll got in front and scores.
So when you have something that big surrounding you, it's easy to put the work in day to day.
Turnaround shot, oh my. Hasselbeck comes in and bounces it through.
I want them to pursue their dreams. And I also want them to learn to take care of the people around them, that you can't do anything powerful on your own, and you have to love unconditionally the people that are around you, then they'll do the same for you.
Saved by Dolce.
They really are remarkable young women, and I'm proud to be a part of the program with them.
Beautiful feed.
To follow the Boston College lacrosse team and all BC athletics, go to bceagles.com. We'll see you next time on Inside BC Athletics. City of Boston Credit Union proudly sponsors Boston College women's athletics. Today's teammates, tomorrow's leaders.